Welcome back, everyone. This is Aries Sky Readily with another stimulus update. Now, I just watched a bunch of videos again, and basically, I want to talk to you about clickbait. All right. First of all, when you get a video and they do clickbait, okay, these freaking donkey butts make so many videos about updates. I gave you the second update. I will re-up it to part 3, okay? So basically, part 3 is going to talk about what I know, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Right now, there is no Social Security checks or stimulus checks, part 2 stimulus checks for Social Security. I want to make that very clear. It's on the table. Nothing is concrete, okay? I've spent most of my morning on the phone or getting notes and information for your content. Not for some idiot boothead to make a video going, oh yes, they're getting a check, isn't that great? It's in the works. Look, it's not in the works. Mitch McConnell and President Trump doubled down and decided to do temporary payroll tax cuts. If he doesn't get his payroll tax cuts, which double downing on payroll tax cuts is just basically turning around and saying, kick me out of office, because it seems he doesn't care. I mean, literally, he's going to cut out 65% of the working Americans and only give the payroll income tax to the rich. The top 20% wealthiest will get the payroll tax cuts, whereas everyone else gets shafted. I think, and then 2 is, if you do a payroll tax cut, right, to get people back to work, what happened to the jobs that went away of the dodo bird, huh? What about the industries that have failed permanently, huh? I'm telling you, right now they said, and I quote, the Republicans are going to go and do their caucus. And when they do their caucus, they're going to make a deal, but they're going to hammer the bill behind closed doors. Now, this time, because they're hammering it behind closed doors, they're going to basically do this for 2 reasons. One is they're going to try to hammer it out, and they said they might have something on paper by end of week. Highly unlikely. They got to go talk to all the Republicans in the Senate and the House Republicans and others. They could even talk to all state senators in the red states and the governors to get their input. While they do all this to compile all that data, every day gets closer to their freaking vacation. What if, as I said, right now the Democrats are standing around saying, we will push the HEROES Act. The HEROES Act's on Mitch McConnell's desk. It's dead on arrival. He's just going to leave it there. He's going to hammer out $1 trillion bill. President wants temporary tax, payroll tax cuts. So more, but that cuts out Social Security. So they got to turn around and find a way, a happy medium. It won't happen. The Democrats are going to turn around and not give in to anything. In the end, the Democrats lose, the Republicans lose, and the American people lose big time. When the American people turn around and they basically kick out their elected officials because they didn't do their job. They just sat there. We're going to take this data and compile it, talk to our caucus, and we're going to see what we want to add to the bill or what they want to put in the bill. Meanwhile, every day gets closer to unemployment checks ending. And they're just sitting there going, oh, well, I'm double downing. You double down at payroll tax cuts. You're basically asking to be kicked out of office. I'm sorry to say. You're asking to be voted out. I mean, I could see this coming down the pipe. I mean, literally people say I'm full of beans, but look at it. Let me put it to you this way. The American people turn around. They're talking about $2,000. Again, do you really think you're going to get $2,000 a month? If they gave $2,000 a month for people under 40,000, let's just say hypothetically, that's what? Maybe 70 million people or 130 million if you include the working and the non-working, the disabled. Then what? You get your Social Security checks and you get your $2,000 a month. Then you can sit there and live comfortably, funneling to the economy. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You see, American people are tired of this. American people are watching as they can go in, hammer out a bill. It's $2,000 a month, rubber stamp it. President can veto it, yeah, but then at least they tried. But no, they won't do that. They can hammer out $1,000 a month. That won't happen. They can hammer out unemployed benefits, knock it down to $500 a week, and for 6 months, hoping the coronavirus ends, or $450 a week, or $400 a week, or $300. Just throw it out the door. There you go. I mean, literally, you got too many people sitting there, elderly and disabled, going, I need my $1,200. I'm struggling. Really? You weren't struggling before the coronavirus, and if you were making your money last, and it was working. Now you got these freaking hill jacks wanting more money. Oh, we need to live comfortable like the freeloaders on the 1,200, $600 a week, 2,400, but we get 1,200. Look, if they kick out the unemployment rate, the jobs are still gonna go away of the dodo bird. No one in their right mind is going to be giving people freaking free money, the Democrats or the Republicans. What's going to happen is it's going to be a stall tactic. Mitch McConnell just said he's going to go back to his caucus. By the way, it's almost 4 o'clock Eastern time. So you do the math, 4 o'clock, right? And that is, again, 4 o'clock. And so basically what's happening is there's no news for today. You're going to be watching the bugs, the birds and the bees. So, I mean, look. I mean, you're looking around of people that don't know what they're talking about, right? I consider these people oxymorons who think that people think that they're entitled to money and that they're entitled for a re-up of their benefits or they're entitled to whatever. All right, to me, I think they're all freaking oxymorons. If you want a money, you go and get a job. Unfortunately, the problem is the jobs went away at the dodo bird. Fortunately, I love my answers because, frankly, I've never faltered on them yet. There. My opinion is until we have new news on the second stimulus, they're not going to hammer out a bill for $2,000 a month. You greedy people can ask all you want. You ain't going to get it. You greedy people can ask for unemployment benefits to be extended. They might do that, but they might cut it down to $100 extra a month or $200, or do it in payroll tax credits, which the president's doubled down. Then there's another thing you greedy people think. You think because you're on disability and you can't make your money last, that you need another stimulus check. Unfortunately, right now, if you read all the news, they have the HEROES Act. The HEROES Act says you're going to get a stimulus check. The Republican bill doesn't say you're going to get jack diddly shit. The Republican bill is basically being crafted behind doors after he goes and talks to every member of the Senate, every member of Congress, I bet, every member of, say, the state and local Senate and governors that are all Republican. Then when he gets all the data together from these officials that are Republican based. Then he could sit down and craft out a bill, which if he made hundreds of phone calls or say 1,000 phone calls or 10,000 phone calls and they got all the info he needed, which he's got a staff to do, then what? Then he's got to get it hammered. Now, they already said in this news that nothing is concrete for Social Security or any benefits. People are basically clickbaiting. And frankly, it's upsetting me to see people clickbait and you clickbaiting them and make a living because these jackasses don't know shit. Look around. These people don't know anything. It's a maybe for benefits. No one knows if they're going to get a benefit check or not, a stimulus check on their benefit thing. All we know is right now it's being crafted behind closed doors. And they already stated, and the media stated, and Mitch McConnell and the president and some of the things like Kevin McCarthy is they're going to go back to their caucus and they're going to debate to see what can be put in it before the American people know what's fucking in it. So before you sit there and say, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about, really, mister, I'm on Social Security or SSI. I don't know jack shit. I've been spending hour upon hour doing this to pass the time and to get the information practically. And every time I look at something, every one of you morons that think you are entitled to $2,000 a month, you're not entitled to it. So here's about the $2,000. It ain't going to happen. Grow up. Smell what you're shoveling because you're not going to be getting a benefit check on $2,000 a month. Yeah, Canada can do it. It's because they have 40 million people. The United States can't do it because we have 340 plus million people. It's called common sense. Now, $1,200, that's what they might be giving us all if we get a check. Right now, they're double downing on payroll tax credits. What's that tell you? That tells you right there they want to fuck over the elderly on Social Security disability, the elderly on Social Security retirement, the elderly on Social Security survivors, the elderly or disabled on SSI, the veterans, and the railroad people. That tells you right there. Smell what you're shoveling. I don't want to hear you morons be like, oh, well, you know, I'm not entitled. You're not going to get it. That's the thing. There's people saying they're struggling. Oh, well, we're struggling and I'm on SSI. If you've been living on SSI for years and you made it work then, and now you're fucking crying a river because you can't get a freaking second stimulus, then that tells you right there all we need to know. You're fucking greedy. If you weren't greedy, you wouldn't be entitled. You're not entitled, but you would be getting one. But instead, the Republicans know this. You call up, oh, we're going to stimulus because we're struggling and I'm on SSI. SSI gives all full Medicaid. No one gives a shit. Your medical bills are covered. You can basically, and most SSI people gets extra food stamps. What more are you fucking bitching about? People on SSI usually get a discount on their electricity and their other utilities. Internet and phone, well, you can get a government phone. Everything has been handed and catered to the person on SSI. People on SSDI, survivors, retirement. Well, I don't know about survivors, but retirement and disability insurance falls under Medicare. So you got to pay more. But then we could see the Republicans didn't want to give any freeloading SSI people. I know there's many that's on SSI, but I'm speaking from what I'm talking because of what I know from Republican Congress and Senate is they think that you people are on SSI get more benefits than someone who's not on SSI and on disability retirement that they have to pay Medicare and stuff. I mean, SSI also covers medical medicine. So if you look at that right there, guess what? They don't think the SSI people are entitled. The veterans, they get all their veterans covered. So they didn't want to pay the veterans. That just leaves railroad. I don't know much about railroad, but you see what happened. Freaking AARP fought hard and yada, 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 fought and 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 fought. All of a sudden, we got a check. Now, the AARP and these groups can't fight because they're hammering this bill out right there. Now, here's what happens. If they even get the bill out by next week, next Friday, the 31st, okay, this is my predictions. You're not going to see a check anyways, because by the time they release that bill to the public, or if it leaks to the public before then, they might have to scrap it and start over, because once the Democrats find out what's in it, they're going to stonewall it all the way to their fucking vacation. And then what? You're all going to sit there, oh, we're voting them out because we're voting them all out because we're all homeless. Here's the deal. The deal is simple. You don't rely on the government to bail your ass out or your sorry ass out when you're fucking overspending. When you overspend and when you basically do things, I've seen a lot of people spend and spend and spend thinking the government will cough up $2,000 a month. I don't need to worry. And now they're so piss poor getting ready to be kicked out of their home because they fucked up. Thing is, you can't rely on the government. This is just like pulling a feather out of your hat and calling it macaroni. Sorry to say. The stimulus checks right now for the disability and all those benefit programs, maybe $1,200 if we're lucky. But Larry Kudlow also said it could be less. They could give you freaking $300 and tell you to wipe your ass with the paper and smile all the way to the bank because that's what you're worth. I mean, literally, no one knows. But right now, the way I see it is tax credits are freaking bad. All right, look, the update is they're doing tax credits right now. They're double downing on it. Now, I know there's not going to be a lot of people watching my channel because they don't care. They want to go to these fucking clickbait motherfucking jackoffs that basically think they know more, but they don't. I'm basically sitting here right now on my computer, doing spreadsheets on my computer, doing this on my computer, waiting for a second stimulus on my computer, while hacking up a lung. Yeah, coughing. I mean, I'm hacking up a lung. And I'm sitting here and I'm telling you like it is, not sugarcoating it. There is nothing on the table. And as time goes on, because it's almost 1 p.m. Where I am, 4 p.m. Eastern, they're going to all go home soon, and that's it. They'll go home. They'll have a great night of drinking, and the next morning they'll get up, these rich son of a bitches in Congress and the Senate, and they'll go back to work, and you're going to see not much going on for tomorrow. They said they need to get in touch with their caucus to make a deal. So while you sit there and think, hurry up, we need our money before they go to vacation, what they're fucking doing is they're delaying it. I mean, look, the media said, and I quote, they're going to take a while to talk to their caucus to hammer out a bill to put whatever's in this bill. And if there is no tax credits, the bill's dead on arrival at the president's desk. He's going to veto it, basically kick it back till he gets what he wants. Meanwhile, the Republicans are going to basically try to please the president, where the Democrats are trying to hold together the country, as most people think. And guess what? When all parties don't get anything done, and they all go out to vacation, you really think Nancy Pelosi's going to try to hammer a bill out after the Senate goes home to recess? No, they're just going to freaking pack up and say, oh, well, you can spend the next 4 weeks doing it. We're not obligated. We're going to vacation. Meaning they don't give two shits about the American people. They're going to go straight to vacation, and they'll try to hammer out a bill within 2 or 3 weeks in September. They can't do that again because the Democrats and their campaigning, you're going to watch the entire country see a homeless population spike and so many hospitals, mental hospitals, everything else going down the toilet, that people are going to see a big change in their voting. I mean, literally. I mean, if the Democrats and Republicans worked together and the Repubs really wanted to save America, they wouldn't double or triple or quadruple down on payroll tax credits. They would give the Democrats what they wanted and then be done with it. Then they could be looking like the savior of the world. Instead, they're going to flip a coin, do their own thing, pull a feather out of their hat, and call it macaroni, stick their thumb or finger up their butt, sniff it, be like, oh yeah. I mean, literally, the point is the American people are going to be suffering more. Everyone knows it. People need to realize it's a reality call to wake up. You waited for your stimulus. You think the government is going to bail you out. But the government has what, 100 to 200 billion dollars in surplus from the last stimulus check, and yet they want to trickle it out. I'm sorry, but we're getting closer and closer to the last payments going on the first stimulus for economic impact payments, September 11th. I've done so much research. I'm becoming a pro at this. What's going to happen? I'll tell you. As soon as the freaking people get their money, what were items that are available, Nintendo Switches, electronics, and stuff, will be stripped again. Then no one's going to be able to get any good electronics for Christmas. Then on top of that, toilet paper, everything else. Then the problem is after that is the American people are going to suffer. I mean, literally, people are going to be suffering to no end, and that's where the American people are going to hurt. American people are going to suffer, and they're not going to get anything done. They're going to go straight to fucking vacation, and they don't care if you fucking rot and die as long as they get their fucking vacation at your expense. Hold on. Basically, the point is, is they're fucking screwing over the people. They're fucking screwing over the people, and they're not caring. Literally, they are screwing it over, sticking their finger in a light socket, and they're like, oh, I mean, they're basically not even talking right now. With 14 business days to go, there's too many people posting updates to make clickbaits to make money for Social Security and other benefits. My AF channel is the only one that tells you that right now I was giving my percentage 50-50. I'm now giving it 60-40 because, frankly, there's nothing. Mitch McConnell turned around and said that they're going to go talk to the caucuses and they're going to hammer out a bill maybe into this week. The other people said that it might be by end of week before we get anything. Yeah, but you know what? The problem is, sis, is the economy is not going to be they're not going to give in. I mean, did you just see the articles I've read where they said the president's doubled downing on payroll tax credits? If there is no payroll tax credits, he's not signing it. Mitch McConnell said he wants to only float the businesses, big business, chain business, everything else. There's nothing in it for the elderly, the disabled, or unemployment. It was like, they're going to take $1 to $2 trillion, funnel it into businesses, which before you came, I was basically stating 2 points. And you know me, I'm neutral on it all, but they never talked about anything about Social Security, disability, etc., unemployment, or, they did. They said they were going to do less unemployment, maybe, or payroll tax credits, get everyone to go back to work, incentivize to do it that way, incentives. The other thing I read was, besides doubling down, is they weren't talking about anything else, except for big business and etc. They weren't even talking about the elderly, the disabled, the unemployment. The homeless population will spike in August. It was like they want to go full speed ahead for the businesses. Fuck the rest. And they're going to hammer this bill behind closed doors. As soon as they get all the caucus together, and all the reports are saying that they might have a bill hammered out by the 31st of July, which what they're really doing is trying to keep the Democrats away long enough and then send it to the Democrats, which Nancy Pelosi ain't going to budge. And then they're all going to go and say, whoops, well, the Republicans went to vacation. We're going to go to vacation. We can't hammer anything else because they're out till September. They leave. Everyone else is stuck homeless without money. And the economy goes, it takes a dump. And don't forget, jobs, they are not even thinking about how some jobs are gone away of the dodo bird. I said this yesterday. If they decided to set up a support system to do infrastructure and other things, factory work, building factories, rebuilding things, doing this, modifying that, getting the economy that way, I think we could survive. But no, they're talking only about for certain people, selective few. They're not, and they're talking payroll tax cuts. 65% of the working class won't get them. Only 20% of the top rich will probably get them. I mean, literally, to me, if he's double downing in payroll tax cuts and he's going to screw out everyone else, no offense, I think he really is looking at trying to get out of office, jokingly, of course, because, it looks like everywhere I go, I'm seeing one party can't do anything, the other party's trying something, the other party's not going to give in, and then they'll all go happily on their way to go to vacation. And, as long as they delay it, Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Exactly, sis. Completely agree with you. I'm not going to debate that one. I agree 100%. He's going to double down on it. He doesn't care about Social Security. He doesn't care about Medicare. And by the way, I just made a statement today. You can debate me if you wish. I said the people that post these comments that they need money because they're on SSI. If they can't manage their SSI checks, then they need to be on a payee status due to the fact that SSI gives you food stamps. SSI programs let you have electricity subsidy, housing subsidy, sometimes water and garbage subsidies. They also give you Medicaid everywhere you go. The state's Medicaid system gives you it, right? Then these people are like, oh, we need $2,000 a month on SSI. We need it. Again, they're all fucking belly aching about the $2,000 a month. I mean, even if, and I was doing this while I was watching videos, even if, um, even if they're going to give us one, they're not talking about it. That's the thing. People think that all these clickbaiting and stuff, they're just going to freaking give us a second check. If we get $1,200, we're going to be lucky. I mean, literally, look at the big picture here. They're not even talking about it. Today, they're back to work. They leave in about 51 minutes. So far, the news has nothing on $1,200. It's all the same bullshit news from the last 3 weeks about the HEROES Act. Actually, from the last 3 months on the HEROES Act, $1,200. I mean, literally. What they're going to do is they're planning to screw over the fucking people. But like I said, people on Medicaid and SSI, they can make their money last. They're basically just what the people are doing, sis, and you and I, you could probably disagree with me, but they're going ahead and they're spending and spending and spending foolishly, praying and hoping and knowing and waiting for their next government check so they can go put money back into the treasuries, what I call borrowing, personal borrowing, and then they can put it back in. Otherwise, they're just spending freaking foolishly. I mean, literally. They're just saying, oh, well, I'm struggling, I mean, one lady was talking about ramen. Oh, I don't know which, if I am going to have predators take away my car and house or what ramen flavor to feed my kids. I mean, literally. Yeah, maybe you're struggling. Yeah, but these people with SSI and SSD, are you under my 1200? Yeah. I mean, look, you know as well as I do, it's none of my damn business what people spend their money on. You know this. I agree with you. But the Republicans are already saying they don't want to give us any more money because they know that toilet paper towels will run out. They know that some people will be competent enough to basically restock their supplies. Me, and Chloe. Others will just go and empty everything they can. Switches, still hard to get a hold of. Computers and laptops, hard to get a hold of. All these different items, hard to get a hold of. I mean, literally, I just had to make a new deal, by the way, sis. Yeah, well, I already got some ramen. Actually, Chloe bought ramen, and the ramen went bad, I think. Let me see here. $7.14. What the hell? That's expired. Hold on. 7:21. So I gotta eat this in one night. I guess I'll be eating ramen without broth. This is homemade fresh stuff. I'm hungry, so. So, another news, sis. I can't leave my house until the county tests me. Anyways, back to the discussion. Problem is, no one knows what's in the bill. Plain and simple. No one knows what's in the bill. No one's going to know. It's too late. And what I'm trying to say is, if they keep delaying this, and nothing gets done, my question is, when will it be too late? Literally, when will it be too late? Too late when election time comes and there's no stimulus checks? They're already talking about giving it to big business corporations, payroll tax credits. They're not talking about the elderly. They're not talking about unemployment. I've heard rumors going around that they want to give $450 a week for 6 weeks to get people back to work. But my question is, $1 million question is, what jobs went away the dodo bird? I was eating a cucumber. That's what I was eating, sis. An organically baby cucumber. And by the way, just so you guys know, it's about 80 degrees. That's why I got the window open here. And close it. I got the back windows open, so I got breeze coming in here. But watch this. Hey, Alexa, what is the humidity?
Currently, the humidity is 55%.
Yeah. Thank you. So, there you have it. The unemployment people are really getting pissy with it, and they're also getting pissy about people posting all these videos and not getting to the truth. The truth out there if you did your research. I've done so much research this morning that all I'm doing right now is research. I could do other things too, but my point is that I'm here to help you all out, and to do that, the American people need to realize, unless something comes out, I mean, there's people all over scouring the net for their next video clip so they can get so basically another news in the coronavirus thing is some states and record breaking is thinking of closing the coronavirus down. I mean, I'm sorry that they're going to do that, but it might be the only way that we can do it. But it also might be the only way for the Democratic Party to win by shutting it down. I mean, literally, that's how I see it. And then on top of that, I do want to say that I will be doing some research on the pandemic and the riots to get to the bottom of the presidential's power to send federal agents to Chicago or to Portland. I mean, Portland, I get a problem. I have a feeling that they're trying to cause civil war and or martial law. And that's only because things are happening and we don't like it. Oh, we just got something that this might have just came out. It says, all right, so it says here, Congress of the course 3-week period will need to reconcile proposal around $2 trillion top line miles apart. Key detail, including 600 weekly unemployment benefit lifeline that ends after this week for more than 25 million people. The resurgence of the coronavirus, coupled with new economic warning signs, should make deal doable. First, the GOP needs to put their cards on the table, and that's what this week's about. I've said that myself. Unfortunately, two sides fall apart on details. Trump signing something in law is filled with hurdles, roadblocks, and potential pitfalls. I said this. They could have just done it there. Now it says here, noted several times this week, state cannot hire unemployment individual trying to feed their family. That's true. To small business owners staring in the abyss. Well, kids and parents weighing school decisions and all this, wrangling control of a virus, burning through states, and then who inhabits the Oval Office 2021. Then it says McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, and Mnuchin and Mark Meadows, they're going to meet. So in approximately 39 minutes, everyone, it says here, the Republican leadership meeting, which will include at 5 p.m. Eastern time, which means 39 minutes, we will know what they might offer on the table, if it is a doable thing. Then it says the proposal, it says the policy lunch. It says it's closed door and they might change details as they flush it out, but it said it could be released sometime, possibly by midweek. See, I told you this already, so you guys understand that this is coming from, I got 3 tabs open with direct channels, and they're all saying almost the same damn thing. You know. Let's see. So now McConnell said that he wants $1 trillion. You know, and yeah. So Mitch McConnell said it pertains to public health and economic response. I mean, businesses mostly in hospitals to the pandemic. Major piece of legislation, particularly in election years. So he's basically saying, screw the American people, get their ass back to work. See, I told you this. Now, that's basically what it's saying in a nutshell, if you read it at the fine lines. Then it says here, munition, Trump leaders driven to go. What?
Keep myself covered.
Why? You're not wearing underwear?
I am wearing underwear. Why wouldn't I wear underwear?
It said covered, so I assumed you weren't, you know. Let me see. Top Senate Committee in Finance, Banking, Education, Labor, and Pensions Appropriations. So, and then it says here there's a rough start. Republican Senate Series top lines of White House 25 by Mnuchin send back a red line proposal. So we're zeroed out $25 billion in testing and tracing to grants to states, $10 billion to the Center of Disease Control, and $15 billion to the NIS. You know, president wants to cut those out. Now the Democrats won't allow it. So the Democrats are going to say, no, we want this. If you're not going to give it, we're not going to pass the bill, and they're all going to go home on vacation. Let's finish this report. Several senators and senior aides kept coming to the White House in response to draft a proposal. Inclusion of extraneous issues that had no bearing on the current talks. McConnell's intent to keep the parameters of any packages tight above. It was a little like White House wish list of random things. One person familiar with the administration's response proposal told me most egregious, the inclusion of funds for new FBI building, which has been a Trump priority for years. Right. Let's see. Lawmakers across the board have ideas on proposals or constituencies from their home states. These are specific things this time. Their re-election campaign. So it's a wish list for them too. I see that works. So So it says the granular importance, the way 2.2 trillion measure was designed, made it pieces interconnected and dependent on one another. So without the entire proposal, it's tough to fully gauge where things stand. Above cavity in mind, numbers remain very fluid. Expect me in the bill, we acknowledge that things are simply not known at this point. Yeah, no one knows. Liability protections. Piece of the forthcoming GOP proposal, the most important, McConnell made clear that red line that he's not passing anything unless he gets liability protection for business, medical workers, and healthcare providers, nonprofits, and school. Everyone else, so long as there isn't proof of gross negligence of intentional misconduct, you're screwed if you get sick and die because they sent you back to work. Republicans have been battling around different ideas related to a new stimulus checks. Akin to the $1,200 in the first package, notably there are a number of Republicans opposed to the checks this time around. But key players in the White House support them in the expectation some form of stimulus will be included. How much and when is more direct targeted at lower income individuals discussed, remaining an open question. Stephen Mnuchin and Larry Kudlow said they want to make the stimulus checks the second economic payment less than $1,200. It could be $600, it could be $300, it could be $150. They don't think that's a lot of people like us, you know. Deadline is July 31st, but due to the way the money is dispersed, this is the final week it can be utilized. Public can oppose $600 account to above 100 wage. They've discussed a range between $200 and $400. That sounds about a good including very important ways it's structured together. Potential new direct payments remain unclear. Again, they want to put back into the PPP program another $130 billion that they're still sitting on because of the last month in healthcare. It says testing, tracing, and vaccine. According to that, include the money for CDC. And again, they want to throw that out. State and local, they want to throw that out, except for using current funds for flexibility, but not give clean fusion money to the states. Then it says here, they also want to give a significant amount of education for schools that will reopen and 10% of any funds towards private and charter schools. And then on the bottom, it says double down payroll tax cut right there. Or suspension, effectiveness in the moment yet has been a red line sort for Trump. So it's red line. So there you go. That's all the information we have currently on the stimulus checks. And there you have it. Anyone have any comments? I'm going to run to the bathroom. There you have it. I mean, literally, he wants to double down on payroll tax cuts. He wants to cut out tracing and testing. He wants it his way or the highway. And it looks like, honestly, that they're going to basically crush themselves in on their own weight due to the fact that the American people are going to get shafted once again. I mean, literally. While I go to the bathroom, maybe Chloe would like to give her input on something or not.
This little dog here doesn't get my salami, or I should call it pepperoni. It is pepperoni. What? Technically. I'm here. Check this out. This is actually freshly made salami. It's actually pepperoni. It's kind of all the spices that pepperoni has. Anyways, yeah. Like I said before, don't count on the stimulus. Just don't count on it.
That's what I've been saying.
I mean, if you count on it and put all your hope into it, you're going to be very disappointed. I mean, right now, we're going through a lot, and we shouldn't really be, putting hopes up on a stimulus. This is salami, or actually it's got the spices pepperoni has it, so it's technically pepperoni. Got from a company that makes these type of meats in Seattle. They make really good salamis. Got one with black pepper in it yesterday. Another one with chilies and orange peels, but this one has the cayenne and paprika and all that. So this one's pepperoni. And pepperoni is technically the type of salami.
The dried meat, basically.
I actually saw.
You got an open can right here too.
I saw on TV how they're made.
It's really good though. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say is to all of you is, we have time. We got time to see what happens, what hits up when it comes to today. But I don't think they're going to bring out anything under, a bill. Now they could, but more likely, if there is a stimulus, I wouldn't be surprised if it was if you get under $600, if there is anything, and that's something because I have a feeling that that it happens the way it is, So, to me, that's something I wanted to share with you because you know. So, in my opinion, that's the way it is.
I'm having a pepperoni lobby.
So,
Isn't roast beef like cured or something?
yeah. So basically, like I said, everyone, you got to look at the big picture, and the big picture is, um, the big picture is, um, the big picture is, the American people are suffering, yet they're going to basically say, enough's enough. So that's something I wanted to share with you. I mean, the American people are, hurting. And, the thing is, honestly, it doesn't make sense, when it comes to the American people. I think in the end it will come out for us. I don't think so. I mean, I really do think that even though I'm focusing to help the people out, sis, the problem is that the American people are going to get shafted. I mean, they already laid out a plan, right? You know as well as I do, the Repubs and the Dems are going to be duking it out till the all hell and high water, or until they all leave, right, for vacation. When that happens, the American people are going to sit there and be like, The other thing is you got too many Republicans hearing from constituents that want a second stimulus because they can't afford food during this pandemic, and they're like, "Oh well, manage your money right." I mean, literally, it's sickening to no end. You got food shortages, you got meat shortages, you got all these things, and yet at the same time, will we get one? It's like I said, my percentage went from 50-50 to 60-40, 60% negative, 40% positive, only because they aren't talking about these things. I mean, literally. And if there is something like I said, it might be $600, which will really piss off the people. They'll be bitching they can't spend $600. You can buy a few groceries for the month. I mean, literally. And then they'll be like, "We need another stimulus." How many times do people want to sit there and bitch about another stimulus? Hello, pretty bunny. Aunt Pee Wee says, "Hello, pretty bunny." I love that little guy. So, let me guess. I got to get off YouTube for you to do something.
No, you don't. You're good. So busy eating.
Yeah, no, I don't mean to complain. I mean, anyways, all I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to be rude or crude to any of you lovely people, but the American people need to realize if we're going to survive this pandemic, we're going to need help, not just from state and local state, county officials and stuff, but federal too. I mean, we're not going to get out of this. And, the way it looks, and I'm not being negative, but, excuse me, it's really warm today, even with a wind. It's 80 degrees out. Is that your dad? Dude, your dad does not look good.
I am not my dad, so okay.
Oh, thanks. I put this top on because even though my belly shows a bit here, I needed to be air conditioned. I've been overheating all day. So, I mean, literally, I woke up this morning sweating like crazy before the sun came out. I mean, I got 3 windows open, and I mean, it is a blustery hot. I mean, literally, we're basically living in a roast belt right now. So, anyways, doesn't matter to me what you're trying. So, for some of you out there wondering, what's going to happen with the stimulus? Well, like I said, the American people are waiting to hear some news this week, and there's going to be a lot of people. So, anyways. So, anyways, back to my story.
I'm looking old.
The American people are worried to no end. They're stuck at home, or they're going out partying, or they're spending foolishly, and they want this next check to, do whatever. There's some people that don't even need it. That's why they keep cutting the income threshold. But if the economy doesn't stabilize after this next round of stimuluses, I'm guaranteeing that they'll do another stimulus check, but this time the income level might be, instead of 40,000, might be 30,000. 40,000 people are getting back on their feet, 30,000. And then they'll drop it again until, well, only the disabled need it. But then again, they think disabled people don't need it due to the fact that we manage our money pretty good, Now, my friend Jose messaged me. I don't want to go into details, but apparently, from what I understand, I'm trying to get confirmation, but he's been getting tested daily. And they're losing people out there like flies where he's at from this virus in Texas. Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I've been hearing, too. I mean, literally, they want to shut it down because the tourists, I mean, you should have seen it. I was walking everywhere, right? Everywhere. People, tourists, no masks. Everywhere I went, no masks. People weren't wearing no masks. My cousin and cousin-in-law walking down the street, unless they were 6 feet in proximity of so many people in downtown, they weren't wearing a mask, nor was anyone else. I was trying to wear a mask as much as possible, but I took mine off at times because I have a hard time breathing. Fortunately, I probably got this crud. I mean, I called an advocate up, told my advocate what I needed. I said, yeah, anyways, I said, yeah, I would like, to meet up with you guys, but I'm not feeling too well today. And my third advocate said, what's wrong? I said, my voice is a lot crappy. I said, maybe I've overused it, or whatever. And she said, maybe you got the crud. You want to get tested? I said, I don't even know where to go to get tested. I mean, literally. So right now I'm under self-quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah, keep talking to your subscribers.
So
That many kibbles for Moppy?
yes, I was throwing 100 pounds of dry food.
I'm not buying them any more kibbles for the rest of the year.
So, even though I wear a captain's hat, yeah. So, you done with your sausage yet?
I am about. Let's feed the rest of Bobby so I can be done.
Eat it. I'm taking my hat off, everyone, for a moment. For a moment of silence. I won't give details, but a friend of mine in Texas lost 2 family members to the virus. This virus is doing a number even to me. A friend who I sent coffee to in Texas, he's got my prayers. I need a nebulizer. I had one a long time ago with albuterol, but I don't smoke. That's the thing. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I use my inhaler every chance I get, which I don't even know where it went. I've been trying to get it refilled. Right now, it's hard to get it refilled. Man, sad. Well, why do I need a nebulizer? My husband had one for asthma. I have asthma, but I've had this voice problem for a couple weeks now. I just figured it was normal, you know. I probably overstrained it yelling at Chloe one day for her not piping it over politics and her threat. So I figure my voice needs to heal sometime. That's what I thought. I also thought it was old age, or maybe I had cancer. I don't know. Damn, it's hot out today.
It is. I walked walking and it was burning.
Let me guess, you walked mopping and everything stuck to you because of the humidity.
Not really. I mean, it's not. It doesn't feel that humid out.
Well, you didn't know 70% is a normal humidity. 100% is great. But as long as the humidity drops in numbers, it gets drier and drier and humider.
Like humider in Ohio.
That's because, well, it depends. Melbourne was really humid. I can't breathe. Is that what you're saying? Says I can't breathe. Well, it seems I'm breathing pretty good on my own. I don't need one of those machines yet. Even so, I'd need albuterol, and they don't sell albuterol, I don't think. So, am I supposed to buy one? That's something I should be. Well, I can only use the puffer every 3 or 4 hours. That's the thing. And right now, I'm only using it when I find it. Is it in here? Nope, not in my purse. Not in my purse. Yeah, my inhaler went missing again. My inhaler went missing and I can't find it. And trying to ask for help is not going to be good. Can't find it, you know. Was around here, but now it's gone.
You have to find your inhaler.
Well, yes, that would be nice.
Where was the last place you saw
It's in my purse or it was in the table. It's simple. It was,
on the table somewhere?
well, I don't know. I've been looking for it for 2 days. I haven't found my inhaler.
Better not eat any of that, Moppy. I'm looking for an inhaler. I have to find it. I think I might have one still. I don't know. Unless I gave you mine. It's not on the table.
Well, it's not in my purse. And it didn't fall on the floor, I don't think.
It's not on the floor. You just are not looking hard enough.
I'm not looking hard
Well,
enough.
I'm not. Then fine, I'm not looking hard enough, but you're looking so hard.
Doesn't matter. I don't really need it. There you go. You can go back to your phone.
I'm eating the pepperoni, but I'm throwing the rest out.
Why?
I'm upset you.
Oh, you're now upset at me.
No, it upsets you.
I'm not upset. I'm trying to find something that's important to me, and it keeps going missing. Oh well. Yeah, well, I don't have a primary care physician anyway, so when I run out of my inhaler, I run out of it. Prescription by doctor, yeah, it's called prescription, not presbysian. Presbysian sounds weird. So, that's nice to know. So, anyways. I'll just drink a little water. It should help clear my throat, you know. I thought my throat might have some trouble.
I thought your inhaler was around here somewhere. There it is. This one it?
Do we have any more? I don't know. It's empty.
No, we don't. I don't even know where mine is. Let's use that one for now. If it ain't this, I'll go look in my purse for another inhaler if I have it or not.
Going up hills really does a number on me. Walking or riding my trike, I literally have to catch my breath. I'm always panting going up a hill when I'm Well, that's the thing. The thing is I don't think I have cancer or anything. I just don't know why my voice is dropping, you know. I mean, literally, yeah. I mean, I've not been able to control my voice for several weeks. And at the time, I just thought it was weird. I thought I strained my voice muscles or voice box due to the fact that, you know, again, you know, I'm not trying to be belittling anyone, but Chloe going on and on about Trump and on about this and on about that. I finally said, shut the fuck up for once. And I screamed so loud that since then my voice has been, you know, and then my voice gets that way a lot scratchier or gruff when I have to do the same, you know, again and again and again. So to me, I don't know why. You know, that might be an answer that I never thought about. I've had spring allergies, but what allergies do I have for summer? I've never had problems with allergies, you know. I know Chloe keeps saying, I can't eat. There's something stuck in the air. It's been there for days. What she has is severe GERD. If she would just get to a primary care physician, you know, and get a prescription for Prilosec, or go and ask for Prilosec or um, what's that other company's name? Zantac, you know, like the high Zantac, like 150 or whatever. Just take one of those every day. You know, it would work, you know. Over the counter uh, GERD med would really do a number, and that would keep her from having too much acid reflux and drinking like 12 pack a day of whatever she's drinking, you know. Hell, half the time I drink something like this. I know I have like six. No, I know I got like five regular Pepsi minis around somewhere, but I don't know where they are. You know. If you remember, I bought like six Pepsi mini boxes. I don't know how long ago. It was April, and still it's almost August, and I still haven't used them up. Yeah, I know that. I used to have no allergies, you know, but last year I ended up with allergies where I'd go outside. And the other thing is it could be my voice is this way because my allergies could have clogged me up because of the spring summer allergies too, because I have the window open just to keep myself air conditioned. However, I'm sweating just sitting here. I don't know how someone can stand, you know. Might have to get me an ice cold soda one of these days. Crack open some ice and just. I mean, literally, it's too freaking hot.
They won't let us have air conditioners on this island.
Yeah, they will. You could just buy a portable one for $100 or $200. Yeah, they will. You buy it and you plug it in. The only thing is you're responsible for the $400 electric bill.
What was that?
That was an airplane.
Just like shadows over here.
That's because it's pure sunny out, blue skies. So the plane's shadow will over the window will.
It looks like sheriff's on their way somewhere.
Anyways, for the rest of you out there wondering about the stimulus checks, we'll know more in the next 5 minutes when they basically unveil something, we hope. Oh, I know. I've been locked up for so long, but you know, at times I don't feel either good. You know, I don't feel good, sis. I mean, literally, I jump on my treadmill, it's no problem. I mean, in this heat, you just want something light for dinner too. I told Chloe I'll have some hamburger helper stuff. You know, got to eat up the hamburger and deplete some of the meat. We got a meat replenish coming in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. We're supposed to get more meat, so you know. And I'm only replacing what is needed right now because I just don't want to spend any money. That family trip took a lot out of us anyways, you know, out of me and Chloe. I mean, literally, holy crap. $330 a night. You know, I keep thinking about what if I have the virus? What if I got it sitting in a warm hot tub, or sitting in their room, or walking around downtown? I mean, you said it yourself. It's more prone in hotels. Well, what about restaurants? I went to almost every restaurant on the island when my family's here in 3 days, and that didn't do me any good. You know, one of these days I might go and buy me go down to town one of these mornings, when it gets cooler, and buy me a chicken fried steak. I had a chicken fried steak the other day that was really good. Biscuits, gravy, nah. The only thing I don't like is the restaurant doesn't serve hash browns. Well, yeah, that's what I was looking at, portable air conditioner. I'm just worried about the electricity, you know? Mm. I mean, so for everyone out there, we'll know soon what the Republicans are going to be doing if they release something, as you know, if we're going to go somewhere with with it. But right now, you know, like I said to all of you tuned in, I'm not happy with people who are making videos all the time, clickbaiting and so forth and so on, talking about, you know, SSDI, SSI. We don't know for certain. Like I said, it's a 60% negative, 40% positive. My numbers might change when we get more info, but the question remains, the $1,000,000 question is, how much are they willing to give? Right now, they're saying they're double downing on payroll tax credits. For one, I don't think that's going to happen. So one of my advocates, everyone, talking about pandemic for a second, was going to get in touch with me to ask me directly about so anyways, one of my moderators messaged me, because I always use the word "gone away" the dodo. Well, the dodo bird, it got extinct, supposedly. Could have been a legendary bird, but apparently it was hunted out. Well, the story goes it went away of the dodo bird. So to me, I wanted to share that with you all. So my advocate was going to call me or email me, advocate 3, when she finds out what's going on with what's going to go on, and find me a copy. So basically, So apparently, my advocate was going to email me to let me know about where there's testing available. So, and another interesting news is I was talking to my advocate, and advocate 1, but anyways, advocate 3 is looking to find a place for me and Chloe to get tested to make sure we don't have this virus, because we're not allowed to go out of our house by the city county's orders until we're tested. And then once we're tested, we have to stay quarantined until the test results come back.
Well, we're positive they say quarantine longer.
Yeah, if it's positive, we're stuck in here longer.
Till 2 weeks, and then if you don't have any symptoms, good to go.
Oh, I agree completely, sis. They need to do better, but I don't think they will. I mean, literally, and this is what I wanted to say. But before you came in, I stated in my video earlier, I said if moderator and Sister Pee-wee was here, I said pretty much not to make this a political thing, because you know me, I'm neutral, but it says, from my point of view, it makes the Democratic Party look like they're going to win because the president's just throwing out there without a payroll tax credit. I'm vetoing it. I mean, it makes it look like that. And then you got the red line on liability. But if you get all these things that they want, and they try to pass something that doesn't have Social Security benefits, people that get on a second economic impact payment. It feels like in my heart that it's like they're trying to run themselves out of office. It's how I see it through my rose-colored eyes, you would say, or lenses, because it doesn't add up. I mean, maybe they're going to test the waters to see what the Americans say about it first before they actually budge. But, I mean, they said it themselves. They have to go through their caucus, and their caucus is going to make sure that they have, their caucus will have to say what's going to go in it. I mean, for me, personally, if they really wanted to make things right, I say give the Democrats everything and add liability. But then again, the Republicans, they don't want to give illegals money. They don't want to give hazard pay, and they don't want to give other things. So in the end, look what happens. Someone gets always screwed over, and So, and the next, well, they're in their private meeting now, so we should know more soon. But anyways, talking about meats, I decided to to buy some other meats while waiting. So now we just wait for info and update of this meeting, and so soon it'll come out. We'll know what's going on. But right now, It's not good. So apparently, one of the interesting news things for the pandemic is the yeoman warders who live and work at the Tower of London facing jobs loss in 500 years. Some of the 37 serving beef eaters set to lose their jobs at cost, because of the economy, Mm. The beef eaters at the palace are going to lose their jobs. That's not good. Oh yeah, I agree completely, and that's where I'm seeing it. I mean, it looks like, in my opinion, and this is just my own, that if you look through the glass-colored eyes, the Republicans are, the Republicans are, it's like they're done, So, and that's what something, hmm and that's why I think it's what it is, and that he might be done, because of all the crap he's got to go through. And look, the mainstream media ain't making it any easier, either, You know, that's how I see it, you know. Mhm. Mhm. You know. I mean, it's just the way it is. It also makes me feel like the Republicans are giving up. I mean, you got all these Americans in the Democratic side blaming the Republicans for not doing enough, but they're trying to save the country, trying to save the country, and it's literally not working, So, anyways, this week I picked us up 4 nights of meats for me and Chloe, mostly steak, and a bag of salad. I got a 2.5 bag of salad, and I went through the farmers. One of the farmers messaged me and told me after September there is no more lamb for the year, so I have to choose other meat. So either I got to go with a lamb box, or I got to go with a beef box, 30 pounds at a time, or I can start using my hamburger helpers up, and which I got like 90 boxes of that, and just buy 36 pounds of hamburger. I used up some of my other hamburgers, so 36 pounds of hamburger, and use that as a meal by itself, Oh, I know, exactly. I mean, trying to save the country, and yet everyone is buying, and the truth is everyone is buying the Democratic crap. I mean, literally, they're blaming this, they're blaming that, they're blaming this. If we don't give extended unemployment benefits at $600, you're killing people. I mean, I can see where the Republicans are going with the $600. I mean, literally, I've talked to Republicans and say, we're not getting any of it. We're on benefits. It doesn't help us. We're the ones struggling too, but they only want to give it to these working class. I got to check on this hamburger and frosted. Oh, this is still frozen. Well, that's all good and gravy in my opinion. Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
instant noodles.
Yeah.
That's the idea I had.
See, we just said that too.
Then when you're ready to eat one of them, you thaw them out. They'll take that little chill out. Plus, you just already just put right in the pot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like throwing meat out.
Oh, I know. And honestly, Pee Wee, and this is just my own gut feeling, that they're going to win. I mean, literally, the way things are looking, they're making themselves look like the Saints. And they're basically, I mean, literally, they're basically blaming Mitch McConnell for doing a deal closed doors.
Well,
Yes?
we got one hell of a pandemic that I don't think anyone has ever planned for.
Yeah, well, you got to remember the mainstream media is basically blaming the president for not handling it, but president has some good intentions. I mean, it could mutate itself out, but right now it's mutating itself harder and harder and causing different strains of problems or different, what's that word? Different symptoms.
It mutated from a virus from like 17, 18 years ago. The whole SARS thing, I remember when I was in junior high reading about that.
Going outside?
I'm going to be finding out where to put.
I need those for my schooling tonight.
Yeah, put them somewhere.
Yeah, I have to finish reading my course for tonight. And then...
There's even touching these biscuits.
No. Pop, we spent $20 on a bag of homemade, custom-made biscuits for you, and you're not eating them.
He's picky.
He likes his moist food.
I know, he's very picky. It's like he wants his moist food. That's all he cares about.
Oh, yeah, I know, Pee Wee. And I agree. Exactly,
Oh, my dog.
I agree with you, Pee Wee.
I had to get.
Yep, so basically, that's the thing, I agree with 100% with you, Well, you know what? It's okay if you spout politics. I mean, when I let myself spout politics, we can all spout politics. I got to use the restroom soon, and then I will continue my video, guys, with you all here until it's time for me to leave, and then I got to print some stuff out and get prepared for my next plan. So... I mean, literally, you may feel free to spew it. I mean, literally, I'm telling you what I think in the political spectrum. There's either A, the president is not happy, or B, the president is trying to get out of his job, and the way he's doing it is throwing ideas out there, knowing that the American people won't like it. I mean, literally, maybe he thinks he's not going to get elected, but I think, honestly, it also is based off of people who are waiting to see who his Biden's vice presidential pick is. That might just change the playing field to get him reelected anyways. So that's what I think. mean, literally, no one knows. I'm just throwing that opinion out there. The way I see it is, the American people, yeah. I mean, I've heard rumors, just rumors, sis, that he was going to choose Michelle Obama's vice president. I've heard he wanted Stacey Abrams. I mean, are we really ready for a female vice president? Are we really ready for a female African American president? Are we ready for a female president in a wheelchair like Tammy Duckworth?
More likely, if you want Democrats to win, they're going to have to probably be white, straight, Christian, and male. They have to be Christian too, and probably if they're from a southern state, that would probably be a plus right now.
I mean, and even Kamala Harris, they thought about putting her in. I mean, literally, no one knows who is supporting who.
At this point, you're gonna have to have someone that.
Excuse me for 1 minute.
You're gonna have to get someone that all these rural people are gonna like.
Use the restroom. I'll be right back.
The rural people don't like them. We don't have a chance. Throwing this in the trash.
Thanks, everyone. I should turn on the dishwasher while I'm thinking about it. They do not want print money to make. No, I know that exactly. Exactly. I agree completely with what you're saying. Thank you for waiting for me. Yeah, that is the rules. Pee-wee's right. Pee-wee is completely right. If you're a dependent, you ain't gonna get a check. Oh yeah, I agree. You're a dependent if you know, yeah, you know. Well, later, sis. I will make an updated video soon. Anyone have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm here until 3:30, so I'll be here for another hour. All right, I think I got the gist of it. Grab my phone for a minute. Love ya. So, Unheard, you have any questions? So, I had to text my dad, by the way, father-in-law. We're going to school together, and he's my study buddy. So, I got a video to do soon for, you know. So that's what's going on there. I'm going to check the news channels real quick. So far, I haven't seen anything about more news. So no news on another stimulus check. MSNBC. Fine, let me look. Let me look.
Got more dog treats right there.
So, an updated thing on the.
Part of anything?
You see that? What is that exactly?
Some floor. I gotta get this floor clean.
I don't know what this is. I'll put it in a drawer. New update. Trump forming a relief bill with focus on getting people back to work. So, there you have it. So, he wants to get people back to work. He wants to screw over the other people. Go figure. So, there you go. Another one is American people have overwhelmingly turned against Trump. Interesting. So, guys under house arrest in Kentucky for refusing to sign quarantine order. Sorry to say, but I would do the same thing. I would refuse a quarantine order myself. Yeah, but right now they say at 5 o'clock Eastern time, the American people would know more about the new stimulus check coming out. My schooling is religion. As a minister of God, I'm studying religion and more about Jesus so I can help people unheard. So, see if my father messaged me. Hold on. New thing came up. Let me read. It says here. All right, so this is nothing. Oh, here we go. Second stimulus check update for you all. New update that just came in about 43 minutes ago. They're crafting a bill. Starting this week, we see if Congress agrees. President Trump said he's willing to send more direct payments to the American people. However, he wants payroll tax cuts. House Democrats, including Second the HEROES Act, we know that. That's on Mitch McConnell's desk. They want $1 trillion for the next package. We know that already. 40,000 or less. Going to be based on adjusted gross income. CARE Act was 75,000 or, So 260 billion people so far, dollars have went out. Over 160 million people so far. Other fixtures should be considered partially letting immigrant families in on the first round of checks. Not going to happen. shore up unemployment benefits and the SNAP program, food stamps, before issuing another broad set of checks. So they want to cut second set of food stamp out. Any new funds, including enhanced unemployment benefits, will have to be approved by Congress, which could slow the negotiation process down. I already said that. Congress re-ups them and waits till August to do that, then they get retroactive payments for unemployment benefits. Then they say it's better that we said we did this than say we're still working on it. Here's a tax cut right here for tax cuts. He won't sign the next unless he gets tax cuts, and it's a opposition from both Republicans and Democrats. So it says here uncertain, are going to put bigger paychecks would help encourage people to return to work. Yeah, but the numbers show it'd be like $78 to $100 every paycheck. How does that an incentive when some people's jobs went away with the dodo bird? $20.35 Social Security Trust Fund will only be paying 79% of benefits. So there you go. So there we have it. Well, let him be against the HEROES Act. The HEROES Act ain't going to be passed anyways. It's on Mitch McConnell's desk. If the Republicans can screw over the Black Lives Movement, Mark, they would. They wouldn't give two shits to do it. They could screw over people, they would. I hope you are prosperous. I'm always prosperous. God's always with me too. So, but yeah, the Black Lives Movement is causing, the Black Lives Movement is, like I said, causing a lot of trouble, And so, excuse me for a minute. I'm going to look for a glass. I'm going to put some ice in it. It's too damn hot. Well, I know they're sick. They don't care. Mm-hmm. They frankly do not care. So in the next 4 days, we should have some idea if we're going to get another stimulus check. Pee-wee thinks we will, which is probably true, but then again, no one knows. What part of Kentucky? I've been to Owensboro, Lexington, Louisville, Harrisburg, or Lexington, Frankfort, and what's that one place I've been to? Yeah, it's my special cup. It's got my seal on it, my initials. This is my brand. Cow horns and deer horns. I'm a Wild West kind of girl, you know. My pen pals are in Versailles. They used to live in Lawrenceburg. You know, they used to work at the Austin Nichols distillery that made Wild Turkey, I think it was. Yep, I'm telling you, that was a great place to get some whiskey, I tell you. Versailles ain't bad. They got a castle there, you know. So let's get back to the stimulus checks. The stimulus checks will be given to anyone under 40,000 if they give another round of economic impact payments. Unfortunately, the problem is, again, no one knows if we're going to be getting those types of checks. The second thing is no one knows when the time frame is of those checks. That's the other thing is that no one knows, you know. Everyone thinks differently, you know. I don't know anything about Mount Sterling, sorry to say so. But anyways, like I said, the American people need this money. A lot of them have been begging for $2,000 a month, but that would bankrupt the country. And so a lot of people are bitching that they think $2,000 payment would be good. The real problem is with funding is that Larry Kudlow stated that most people will not be getting under $1,200. They could get $600, you know, and you know that would be pretty pretty bad, you know. In my opinion. So so that is something I wanted to share with you all, because the American people need to realize that that you know, people ask me, well, when are we going to get payments? I can't tell you when they're going to give them. I mean, literally, the last time they signed the bill, the IRS had to deal with all this money, and yet, you know, the Treasury Department, yet, they claim they can get them out within 2 weeks. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a little more likely 4 to 6 weeks if they do sign something. So you're looking at late August, early September at the latest. Unfortunately, again, no one knows the amount we're going to get. Could be $600, could be $300, could be $100. No one truly knows how much money a person is going to be getting in this entire stipulation. Hold on one sec. So, therefore, the American people need to realize that until we have something concrete on paper and it's debatable, you know, we only can assume that the money will be they do it because they think because they're skin color they can get away with it. That's the real problem. The real problem is it isn't about skin color. It's just they think that they put so much fear into people that the American people are scared, Mark, and that's the you know the you know the truth. Hey, this might be interesting to see. I'm just curious about this. Hey, Chloe. Chloe, she even here? Hold on a second. Chloe, go inside, huh? I guess she went outside. I'll show her later then. That is an interesting video, though. Anyways, yeah, I like looking, you know. That's an interesting one. Wow. So, anyways, we're all waiting for news of the next stimulus, the next stimulus checks, you know. Ivy Callister. Welcome, Ivy Callister. Well, I don't have all the answers, Mark. I really don't. I will tell you that it is interesting what's going on in Oregon right now. If you haven't followed up with Oregon, Oregon's becoming really an interesting hotbed right now. And now they want to deal with these protesters in Chicago, too. He can't use the army, so he's using federal agents to do his bidding, you know. But he's got to do what he's got to do. And if these people get out of hand, well, in my opinion, it's these liberal states that are going too liberal that's causing these problems, you know. This ain't a bad cold cup of soda, I tell you that much. Hello, Ivy. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing fine. Hopefully you're having a good dinner and a good day. Better than me. That's guaranteed, you know. So my father-in-law is taking a quick shower before school starts. No, let me put it this way. The government and state officials are afraid of them because they'll use the "we're suing you" card because you're going after us because we are black, you know, and so a lot of people are afraid. It'd be like if the transgender people started rioting for sex changes in the streets, saying that yeah, you know, and pull out, well, we're transgender people, and so, you know. So it's almost 6 o'clock Eastern time, and because it's almost 6 o'clock Eastern time, the which reminds me, I need to check on my email real quick. All right, so there we go. So, anyways, I wanted to share that with y'all. It's almost 6 o'clock Eastern time, and because of it, you know, we're still waiting for information on on yeah, was was the woman black or white or Hispanic? That answers the question right there, you know. And if they did that, they should be charged and sentenced for their crimes in Missouri. have to break up some more ice soon. That was a refreshing soda in this heat. So let's check the news feed real quick. I'm always looking for news feed for I can, not I can always go through Google, All right, let's check Google. There we go. There we go. We got something new 58 minutes ago. Yep, we know that one. Well, here's a new one. It says here. It says here, Public may offer another round of stimulus checks, payroll tax cuts. Minority White House speaking with reporters after the meeting. McCarthy says payroll tax cut, another round of checks for Americans were under consideration. Under consideration. New word play on one. Under consideration. Of either provision, he didn't discuss. Floated proposal limit number of Americans eligible for a check under 40,000 or less. Senate bill that could be released as early as this week. Early as, another play on word. We're going to follow up with the discussion of the White House at noon tomorrow with our members, see if we can develop common approach. Republicans include payroll tax cut in their package. It would be a major shift for GOP lawmakers that until now resisted Trump's push. I think it's an incentive for companies to hire their workers back and keep their workers. Right. But if their jobs are already gone away the dodo, they need to freaking have a backup, which is more money in their pocket. Payroll tax, I think, would be a little help to Americans who are unemployed and need assistance now or are on the government benefit system. Including a $600 increase in state unemployment benefits as financially lifelines for about 50 million people. Says here, will you get a second impact payment? For now, it's unclear. So, yeah. Stephen Mnuchin, who led negotiating between the administration and Congress on the coronavirus response, set at $1 trillion mark, far lower than the $3.4 trillion congressional Democrats are seeking. He also seeks for a reduction in the boost of unemployment benefits as low as possible. Make sure that we don't pay people more money to stay home, but then go to work. But again, the argument is it went away of the dodo bird. So we'll have tax credits that incentivize businesses to bring back to work. Stephen Mnuchin said after the lunch, discussions would begin with Democrats on a compromise. They're not going to compromise. That's why everything's at a stalemate. Says a $3 trillion aid passed a series of bills that provided loans, grants to businesses hurt by pandemic, stimulus checks to American, expanded unemployment for laid off workers, and money for increased testing and vaccine, which the president wants to throw out the window. May that include, again, yada, yada, yada. Senate Republicans rejected the House bill among the priorities, money for schools so they can reopen in fall. Bills expect to have a much lower price tag, exclude items the Democrats have insisted on, meaning negotiation can be contentious and protracted and or will hit a stalemate, as I told you. Face opposition from the White House, which has repeatedly opposed to increased funding for testing and etc. Democrats took issue with axing such money from the next bill. This is a red line, he said Monday on a call with reporters. asking for the resource to be made available across the country for the same testing and mitigation approach that's being deployed at the White House to keep the president safe. We want to keep our constituents safe too. That's it. End of story. So that's the only other news we have for right now on this channel. Yes, I know. Red Lobster, if I remember correctly. Let me get my ice refilled. I could have lobster, but it's not time right now. My time for lobster doesn't come. Not till my birthday. And then I'm having steak with it. So, right now, if you guys get $1,200, you'll be lucky. That's what I've been saying for a while. You guys must be really wealthy to afford Red Lobster in a pandemic. Now that's really cool, you know. That's all I can say. So basically, the American people are going to be suffering until they know they're going to get a check. And if they don't like what they're getting, they're going to vote them out of office, is what I think is going to happen. And we might end up in a Great Depression for 5 to 10 years. And that's something that, you know, I wanted to say, you know, to that answer. You know, I better see my father-in-law messaged me. Nope. So in about 24 minutes or so, I'm going to disappear and head off to my schooling, and then hopefully we get some news. Otherwise, they're going to have a lunch tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Again, probably won't hear anything Tuesday night. Because of it, you know. So that's how I see it. Please forgive me if you guys think I'm rude or whatever. I'm not trying to be rude. Like I said, I just see it, things from my perspective. You know, with the pandemic going on and etc., we have to prepare for the worst. You know, and that is what's really sad in this world. Well, I don't want to see someone being murdered on live TV or video, Gail. That's just too much for me to handle. Too much for me to handle. Too much to handle. With the pandemic the way it is, we have to basically prepare for the next wave, which if a next wave does hit, I'm guaranteeing that there will be another stimulus check because the next wave is going to be worse than the worst when the weather changes for everyone between fall and winter. So tonight, where's that paperwork I had? I'll figure it out. I'm cool. Look, everyone, I'm not wearing a bra today. I'm wearing actually this cute little top to keep me air conditioned. Freaking heat's just freaking annoying. It's 81 degrees here. That's why you're seeing me actually drink cold soda over wine. I don't want to dehydrate myself in this weather. You know, it's just miserable. Hey, Alexa, what's the humidity outside?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Alexa, humidity.
Right now, the humidity is 48%.
See, really dry outside. I wouldn't recommend fire though. So, anyways, enough about talking to my little doodad there. So, $40,000 or under, we know that much. They want to do a payroll tax credit. They want to cut out disability if they can, and SSI and survivors and retirement and VA and railroad. And so, there's a lot of people on these benefits saying, oh, well, I need it. Really, if you live on those funds for years and years and years, you know how to make it work. It's just these fuckers want another payment so they can go spend it in the economy. And then when the warehouse is empty again, whether it be toilet paper, paper towels, supplies, then you're going to see a pandemic of other people sitting on their money waiting for another shipment to come in so they can get the supplies they need while waiting for another freaking pandemic. Plain and simple. I mean, literally. So, he said he was ordering food. He didn't say it was. He also told me about some other stuff that he was doing, and yet, I was just like, cool. I for one think it's cool, plain and simple. Of course, we all have our own opinions of what we like and dislike. And my opinions, don't matter to some. So, but you know. Uh, Not bad for a soda. Took me 4 months to deplete 8 cases of soda. 4 months. That tells you right there I'm not doing too bad on supplies. When the soda runs out, I gotta resupply myself, which I wonder if they still sell it on Amazon. But anyways, you can find most everything on Amazon. I was talking to someone about Amazon the other day, you know. Yep, there it is. Is that all they have there? Hey, that's cool. I want one of those mini fridges. Is this the only one? How many can you get? 4. They're selling out of those, I tell you. That's really sad. I really like those, you know. Oh well. Can't get any more of these ones. I should enjoy them. They discontinued them, you know. There we go. Yep. Sold out. Oh well. Can't have everything, you know. So, anyways, like I said, you know, I got 15 minutes left with you guys. So, you know, the $40,000 limit is going to be interesting, but it's also going to be interesting for other reasons. No one knows how is it going to play out, you know. And to me, it makes you wonder, you know. Makes you wonder. So yeah, I mean, it's the way it is, you know. So, hey Chloe, I've been meaning to ask those hamburger helper and that Velveeta stuff. Does it require milk?
I don't know.
You'll have to check for me because if they do, I might have to send you to get a half gallon of milk just for cooking purposes. Otherwise, I don't really want us going out. Oh, you were gonna go out anyways, weren't you, for our meds?
Cough drops. Hamburger helper. Where's hamburger helper at?
I don't know. You had a box in there, remember? There's that Velveeta stuff.
What, in the back room?
Yeah, you had whole boxes
Okay,
of them. Yeah, I was gonna have the hamburger helper equivalent tonight. You know, tomorrow night, steak night, or it might be Wednesday. And then I just got put in this freezer some of the other stuff we have, you know. Yep. So
Doesn't need milk.
good.
Here, I'm making this.
That's what you're making tonight. Yeah.
Well, that's chicken, is it? That's chicken helper.
Yeah. It says just add chicken. We don't have chicken. There's another one in there. There's a cheeseburger one.
I'll have to look for it when I get to it.
So, anyways. Well, I'm gonna try to do a hamburger helper thing tonight. Tomorrow night, I think steak. Steaky. Yeah.
It's the ultimate cheeseburger mac.
There we go. It's require milk.
Same thing.
2 cups of water. Here we go. This is dinner tonight. Ultimate cheeseburger mac. So, for some of you guys wondering what happened, I'll tell you a story. So, my farmer lady gets back to me and says that after September, we're out of meat. So, on that, so I made arrangements to get about.
Cool.
That's fine.
Took some boxes out my way.
Good, good. We rented a storage shed, right? Yet we can't fill it.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Like this cleaning?
Yeah.
I will get it done. So I can go get stuff in boxes for us to store. Sometimes we just store without boxes.
Well, I ordered something better than your steak, Joe. Let me give you a bragging rights. So I went to the farmer's online store for our island. It's only for islanders. And I ordered 4 beef prime rib steaks, 5 beef ribeye steaks, and a green salad. And because the guy is giving us 9 steaks, Chloe and I are having steaks 4 times this coming week.
Are you calling Pocket Street?
Well, yeah, I'm always calling him. It's on Monday nights. So I'm having steaky for dinner soon. So that is something that I am bragging to you about, Joe. I got from Sunstrom's little farm. I got that, and then I got a bag, a 2.5 pound bag of salad that me and Chloe's gonna add with our steak. So we're gonna have 4 nights of steak this week, and it was really affordable. It was a little over $100 for these steaks, and I'm looking forward to actually eating them. So there you have it. So, anyways, I better stick into the dip and talk to you for a few more minutes because the school I'm going online, my teacher's in Canada. Great guy, by the way. And so here's the story about my father-in-law. He'll sit there and he'll be there. He'll turn his camera off, and then I gotta go. He'll be like, "Yep." And I'll be like, "Really?" He's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "That stinks." He's like, "Yep." So the bottom line is he turns his camera off so he can smoke, so he doesn't bother, But I know Black Angus. I've been there many times up here. Stuart Anderson Black Angus. I prefer, other steaks. Which reminds me, I need to check out something too real quick. So I've ordered some hamburger from one place so I can get some hamburger delivered in.
Your class.
4 o'clock. So it happens I gotta watch an online video.
So you gotta watch the video beforehand.
Yeah, that's how it works.
What time is it now?
It's good.
Oh, it's like 1 something.
Yeah,
Like what, 1:30?
it's actually 3:22.
You gotta have that video watched.
I know. That's why I said I'm gonna talk for a minute.
It's hot out there.
Well, I know. It's currently 83, Chloe.
It's gonna be hot this month, next month.
Yeah.
It'll cool down in September though.
Yeah, I hope so. So I was checking on some other steaks, by the way, online. That's what I was doing real quick because, you know me, I love steaky. Actually, it's probably bad for my heart, but heck, right? So earlier, one of my extended family members, I think it was Pee Wee or Mark, maybe it was Mark. Said something about I need to get some cough drops. So Chloe's gonna run down to get some cough drops around 5. Pick up my medicine. Couple prescriptions. One being a set of needles because my medicine's due. So and so that's how it works. So yeah. Anyways. We should know more this week. We still got 4 business days this week for the stimulus. I'll be up managing that. Um, you know. So here's a new update on the pandemic front. I'm looking at Chloe too, as she's twerking with her feet. President Trump and the White House now urges the uses of masks everywhere. Trump says it's patriotic. Way to go, Trump. Being a smart ass there, but you guys get the idea. So um so um basically, we don't have any more news on the stimulus checks right now. So I hope we do, but I doubt we're going to. But so I thought I'd share that with you all. We should have something this week. Tomorrow they're going to be discussing again more to add to it, the White House. To me, the point is as Chloe said it earlier, they're just delaying it. They're going to delay it and then go back to vacation, not getting anything done because maybe they know the Democrats won't budge. And if that's the case, I'm going to say good on you for the Republicans for standing up and delaying it, and then no one gets another check. The other thing is the Republicans don't want to give a check due to the fact that they are worried about people taking their $1,200 and wasting it foolishly, and then the pandemic sweeps over everyone and they go hungry. Are you having a Black Angus steak to go, or are you eating it there? Me, I'm just happy I got some. So there you have it. So I hope you all, keep an eye on things. Check out YouTube. Most of these people are clickbaiting anyways. There's nothing actually on concrete right now. If there was, you would be hearing it from me. And I want to thank you for being, you know, being loyal to this channel, you know. Mm-hmm. This is funny. So that's what, you know. They're showing like size comparisons, right? Anyways, it's interesting, you know. Wow. Huh. They're showing like aircraft carriers too. So, but anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and you know, it would be you know, really good. Huh. They're getting down to the wire, it seems. But anyways, yeah, I have. The steaks are really good. I have. What the hell is that? Wow. Amazing. Well, everyone. Yeah, well, I don't eat at Red Lobster. I don't have access to it. But you know what? My steaks are better than anything you can make, Joe. My husband used to make 5-star steaks, so I have his recipe, and Longhorn Steakhouse tried to buy it. Yeah, you have $100,000? Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I want $1 million. So when he died, he left me the steak recipe. But I gotta get going, so please add, subscribe, please post comments, please leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button so it's funny for your family, including your dogs, your cats, and bunnies. Your service dogs, thanks for watching, everyone. God bless you, and I will see you all tomorrow with the bell notification for new content every day. Thanks, and I might be back a little later for part 4, so stay tuned. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.